So today I actually wanted to dive into gear that actually makes a difference for creators like us. I wanted to actually touch base on equipment that I think, as a creator that's gonna start making content in 2025 and entering the new year in 2026, there's a good amount of equipment I would invest in early on. So here's some equipment and here are some recommendations of things that I would get if I was to start a company now and or just freelancing right now. Doesn't matter what brand you're using, this really applies to anybody. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers that recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. Let me know what type of content you guys want to see. Usually I would have posted this last week, but due to the whole hard drive situation, like it just been trying to figure life out, you know? So when it comes to equipment, there's so much to really focus on, and there's a lot of different pieces that you want to be able to get early on. The first item I highly recommend getting and actually investing into is great audio. So there's so many different companies now that have so many great options. There's DJI, there's NEEWER, there's Rode. Personally, for me, the way in my workflow, I use Rode. I started off with the 2s and that served me for a couple of years, and then I eventually last year bought the Pros, and they've been really great. The reason why I highly recommend getting great audio equipment is because it makes a difference for the viewer and it makes people want to watch content longer. And I noticed that early on in my career, maybe not as early, but you know, you begin to learn things as you continue to grow as a creator, as a videographer, you know what I mean? The second item I highly recommend investing in is actually something that a lot of people don't normally think about, and I was one of those people too. And because it's so easy, you can literally buy it so cheap, I would say investing in a pretty good tripod. I just recently bought the Potato Jet and Small Rig tripod, and I will say for me, that's like the dream tripod. I don't need another tripod. And a couple years before that, I bought the Peak Design tripod that's really great too. The only thing with that though is that it takes a little while to set up, like pretty much every tripod ever made. But if you invest in a great tripod, that's not only great for video, but investing in a great tripod is probably one of the hardest things, because there's certain features that you want to be looking for. At least for me, I needed a tripod that had like a swivel arm and something that's lightweight and also durable. So that's why recently I picked up the Small Rig and Potato Jet tripod. And it has a quick release plate that I put on my mount, and it's just super easy to use and carry around. So now that I'm getting into the cameras a little bit, I'm going to talk about some lenses that I would highly recommend, and this could be for any brand like I mentioned earlier, but for me, I'm a Lumix shooter every day, all day. That's all I use. So when it comes to lenses and camera brands, there's a lot out there, clearly all types of different prices. For me and my workflow, I absolutely love Lumix, and that's my ride or die. Whether it's Micro Four Thirds or full frame, I use both systems. When you're starting to get gigs, not only do you have to think about the type of different lenses that you need to use or buy or rent, I highly suggest renting lenses just to get used to the look and also the handling of the lens. So another thing to invest early on, outside of like a whole computer setup, and I highly suggest getting like a computer or a laptop that is going to be able to run the type of content you want to be able to produce. And that doesn't take just a year or two. Sometimes it takes a bit longer. Like for me, it took me a couple of years to actually save up and get an Imac. And I love using it. I use it all the time for my photos and editing videos. It handles 6K open gate pretty easily, even though it's the M1 Max version of it. Haven't been needing to replace it at all. What I'm trying to get at is data management is massive. I think one thing that you don't want to be carrying is like a million of these like Leica drives, which, you know what, I swear every creator has at least 5. I think I have about like 7 or 8. And this year, right when I moved to Florida, I made the investment and I actually got a 10 terabyte Leica drive, which is right here. And that's been a game changer. I have content from 2016 up until this year of August backed up into that drive. That was one thing I forgot to mention that I think it's super important for any creator on any level that needs to get. All the veterans know what I'm talking about. But for a beginner, highly invest into a lighting system. Like it could be any brand. I use a variety of different brands. Like right now I'm using the HB ADC light. And the reason why I like that light is that there's some heft to it, but it's pretty lightweight. It's compact. It has a little bag. I could just carry it around, put a tripod, and I have it already set up. Literally just got to charge it, runs for 2 hours. I've used it a couple of times on a couple video shoots, some photography as well. But my absolute favorite light that I've been using on all my shoots lately is a Lightstorm 60D from Aperture. And it's not even a new light. That light's like pretty old, but I love it because I'm able to attach a V-mount battery to it. And if, like, let's say I'm shooting some content for a restaurant, I could literally just move it around without thinking about like, oh, like I have to plug it in. And it just makes it super convenient and easy to light up a scene. And it's pretty powerful too. These are just some items I highly recommend for creators that want to start off, you know, with the ground running. You invest in some good audio, some good lighting, maybe a primer or two, and you're pretty much in a good position, and a good tripod as well. But if you like this type of content, you want to see more content from me, feel free to let me know, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Later.